AITA for making my daughter sleep in the backyard after what she did to our housemaid. My M46 daughter, 16, is a high school junior. I noticed recently that she's been behaving in a bad manner, constantly commenting on other people's looks, belongings, calling them stuff that isn't cool, and just being insensitive. It's like she lost a filter or something, because usually she's polite, but my wife suspected that. Our daughter's sudden misbehavior occurred after she started hanging out with new girls from the school. Basically the mean type, and have picked on their behavior. I've sat with my daughter and had many discussions about how her behavior has been negatively affecting everyone around her. Our housemaid is the person most affected here, and my daughter has chosen her to be her target for hair, clothes, etiquette, criticism. She has complained about our daughter calling her offensive names like filthy and gross for cleaning certain areas in our house. I took a stand and explicitly told my daughter I'd punish her if she ever said stuff like that to our housemaid again. Last week my daughter had a party to go to. Earlier that day she called our housemaid filthy, so I grounded her by not letting her go to the party. She threw a fit and called our housemaid a liar, saying she never called her that. That was the end of it. Days later my daughter came to me saying she couldn't find her iPhone after looking everywhere. She asked me to call her number, and I did. My wife and I were stunned to discover that the iPhone was ringing inside our housemaid's bag. I had a confrontation with her immediately, and she denied and cried, saying she never touched the phone nor had any idea how it got there. I noticed my daughter calling her thief repeatedly, so I told her to stop and go to her room. I checked the indoor camera before continuing the argument and saw my daughter place her iPhone inside our housemaid's bag. I was livid. I apologized to the housemaid and gave her the rest of the day off. I then showed the video to my daughter, and she was absolutely speechless. I said what she did was immoral and straight up offensive, to tamper with that poor woman's livelihood over a petty party she couldn't go to. I told her she was grounded and will have to spend the night in the backyard. She is a germaphobe, but she cried begging me to not make her sleep with the dirt, insects and hot temp. I refused to discuss it or I'd make it 2 nights. My wife said I should go easy on her, but I said calling people filthy and accusing them of stealing wasn't okay. In fact, it was the absolute worst. I then went through with my punishment. The reason I chose this punishment was because of the fact that my daughter says she is a germaphobe and used this as excuse to insult others' hygiene and appearance. Our backyard has dirt and bugs in it, and this kind of things get her uncomfortable, but other than that the backyard is 100% safe. Question: why doesn't she clean up and do house chores as punishment instead? Because I've already tried this punishment before and it didn't work, because she deliberately stopped eating for days to get out of it, and ended up in the emergency department for low blood pressure. I'd make her do the housemaid's job for 2 weeks, but pay the housemaid for the work. You are NTA to come down hard on her though and knock it on the head. NTA. But you should give your housekeeper a week off with pay. And make your daughter take her place. Unpaid. NTA. Your daughter deserves a DEFCON 1 level punishment. That's some fucked up shit she did. That said, I'd probably pick something besides making her sleep in the backyard. Too temporary. Too unusual. Too easy for her to make herself out to be the victim. It's both too much and not enough. Spend 1 weekend per month of her grounded without phone year, picking up trash on the side of the road with her. NTA, you should pay the maid a week's salary and make your daughter do all the housework for a week. Personally think NTA. But the punishment here isn't going to make your daughter's behavior miraculously turn around. The fact that she lied and blamed the housemaid and treats them like a subpar being points to bigger issues. Parenting is rough. Best of luck. I'd sell her phone and give the proceeds to the housemaid as well as an extra week's salary which your daughter has to pay for by either working, doing chores around the house or paying back to the community. Buy her a Nokia brick if she needs a phone to keep in contact with her. There's something seriously wrong with your daughter that goes beyond a simple AITA dilemma. This is way beyond mean girl stuff and downright sociopathic. I think you should skip to the therapy part there to fix her. She's a broken person. And keep her grounded for her safety and the safety of the rest of humanity. Punishment doesn't fit the crime. Make her do the work of the housemaid. Go farther. Take away her phone. Ground her. Make her do volunteer work. She tried to get someone fired. She lied. She's a bully. She's becoming an awful person. Time to nip this. NTA. Because I've already tried this punishment before and it didn't work because she deliberately stopped eating for days to get out of it and needed up in the emergency department. Your daughter needs therapy more than a Reddit post because this seems like a deeper issue than just acting out because of her friends. Wow, I think your daughter needs a horse kick from real life. Having her in a position that she thinks she can insult and frame the housemaid as a far cry from real life. Maybe find her a job as a cleaner? Or make her help out in a farm? I don't know what making her sleep outside is going to accomplish though. Even though I'm happy to read she didn't like that one bit lol. Edit. Because I've already tried this punishment before and it didn't work because she deliberately stopped eating for days to get out of it and ended up in the emergency department for low blood pressure. Does she have a therapist yet? This kind of self-harm might be a sign of mental illness. You know, before it happens again and the doctors call CPS on you guys. Make her clean the house instead. NTA. She has to learn being so cruel has consequences. She could have lost the housekeeper her job. Or even have gotten her arrested if you hadn't found the video and pressed charges. Don't go easy on her. That teaches her nothing. Give the housekeeper a week off and make your daughter clean. She can learn what's it's like with no housekeeper. NTA. Sleeping in the yard is very random. Like other people said, give the maid the next couple of cleans off. Don't know how often she comes. Paid. And make your daughter do the work. Your daughter needs therapy. Really bad. But you can't make her sleep outside. That's abusive. And you need to find another way. I think that way is therapy. If she stopped eating to the point that she wound up in hospital, you got serious issues there. That's not normal behavior. NTA. But the punishment should fit the crimes. No phone for a year. A month grounded doing all the housework on her own. Pay your housekeeper the whole month. She deserves a vacation. Plus another month grounded to keep her away from those other girls. Edit. She deliberately stopped eating for days to get out of it and ended up in the emergency department for low blood pressure. She's a manipulative Let her starve herself. She'll stop once she realizes it's not going to work. If she insists, mention you can have her hospitalized for anorexia. See how she likes that idea. NTA. But you should definitely make her do the housemaid's job. 2 weeks of hard work and maybe she'll learn to be more decent. You should absolutely discipline your daughter too. But is there a way to make it so that the housemaid is only there when your daughter is in school? Or like give your housemaid some paid time off? I feel so bad for her. Put her in therapy. Your daughter will bully someone until they do something negative. Silly punishment. Take her phone and electronics away for 90 days and have her clean the bathrooms and earn stars too. Get them back after 90 days.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic AITA is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.